I've been obsessively trying to find a way to move to the Scottish countryside for years, but as a 35-year-old single Spanish woman with a Spanish income, at some point I had to lower my expectations. So last year I thought, okay, how close to the Scottish countryside can I get within the Spanish borders? And a year later, here I am, in a tiny little corner of northern Spain where they do Scottish countryside very well. After a year driving through this part of the country, I found the perfect area for me. It's surrounded by mountains, there's silence, rainy, cold, UK-like weather, sheep, very few people, and the most important thing, an affordable, semi-livable cottage with enough land to build a homestead from scratch. Hi, I'm Maka, and I've left everything behind to move to a cottage in the middle of nowhere with the idea of building a homestead from scratch with no experience and searching for a slower, quiet, grandma-style life. I moved here this past summer and I started building my food garden about 3 months ago, and since then I've managed to harvest 2 carrots, a couple of kale leaves and 3 lettuces that I bought from the garden center. So I think it's time to start building a proper food garden. It's supposed to be sunny for the next couple of days, so I'm going to make the most of these few sunny winter days to build my first raised bed. I would love to build a wooden raised bed food garden, but unfortunately here wood is very expensive and is completely out of my budget, so I'm going to build it with concrete blocks because they are much cheaper here. It's been a couple of hours since I finished digging up the base for the concrete blocks, and I went inside to make some lunch, and the wind has decided to fill the trench with some leaves. So I'm going to put them in a box for later use and start leveling up the blocks, which I feel is not going to be an easy job. Leveling things is definitely not my best skill, and I've spent the past 3 hours trying to level the concrete blocks with the ground and also with each other with a semi-successful result. So I'm going inside now and bake a little bit just to celebrate. Okay, it's time to go back to work. There's a whole family of moles living under my food garden, so I'm going to try to stop them, putting some net at the bottom of the raised bed. I don't know if it's going to work, but I have to try it. I have a never-ending amount of cardboard from my moving boxes, and apparently they attract worms. So I'm going to take all the plastic off the boxes and put a couple at the bottom of the garden bed. I'm trying to keep this project very budget friendly, and soil to fill up the bed is the most expensive thing, so I'm keeping the compost layer to the minimum for now.
Rusty red on her shoulder, I was cleaning her shoe when it clicked on the trot over in the bright morning dew. We brushed and we braided dandelions and chewed. It was a mutual arrangement we both saw into. Can she walk in the fire? Can she run in the rain? Can she make it up the mountainside? Can she make it down again? I have often wondered if she'll go and jump the fence. Will she keep on moving onward or stay in what could have been? Broke my arm in December, we were running for the floor. You turned in the canyon to the snowbank where I fell. Even still, I remember knowing she could feel it too. Was a mutual arrangement, we both knew what to do. Had a star on her forehead that was easy to find. When I let down her bridle, saw into her hazel eyes. We had a deep understanding, never had to use a bit. Was a mutual arrangement and an honest respect. Can she walk in the fire? Can she run in the rain? Can she make it up the mountainside? Can she make it down again? I have often wondered if she'll go and jump the fence. Will she keep on moving onward or stay in what could have been? Will she keep on moving onward or stay in what could have been?
My first raised bed is almost finished, apart from a trip to the garden center to buy some compost to top it up. The birds have been finally eating the food I prepared for them after a couple of attempts, and I've baked a cake. So far, the year is looking very promising. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next Sunday.